Alley Quest is a show that not only explores a destination, but brings you back to another time. I'm Allie, and I'm on a quest to experience the past. And I'm inviting you to come with me. In order to fulfill his vision as a resort island, William Wrigley knew that Avalon needed a premier entertainment arena. The Sugarloaf Casino was constructed in the early 1920s, but the island's popularity quickly outgrew the structure. Avalon needed something bigger, something to host the hottest movie premieres and the most popular big bands. So why not design a building with a massive ballroom over a movie theater? Construction took 14 months, and in May 1929, the Catalina Casino opened its doors, and the party lasted for several days. Joe Catton is a tour guide for the casino's behind-the-scenes tour, and he's going to show us around.
Hi, Allison. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
So, I've seen photos of the casino's opening ceremony. It seemed like quite a day. What exactly was going on there?
It was actually a legal holiday here in Avalon. All the businesses were closed down, parades up and down the main street here. Some of the things we're going to be sharing with you, first of all, though, is some of these beautiful murals that are in front of the building. Now, they were painted by John Gabriel Beckman. Originally, he intended them to be in an Egyptian style. However, after taking a little glass-bottom rowboat around the kelp beds, he fell in love with the marine life, and it actually started to reflect itself in designs. What do you say we head on inside?
Great. Joe, this theater was designed for silent films and films with sound, right?
That's correct. We're the very first theater that was designed to accommodate that new technology of sound motion picture. Mr. Wrigley wasn't sure if the sound technology for motion pictures was going to stick. So we still have an orchestra pit, also a still active, wonderful Page pipe organ. Matter of fact, if you'd like, I'll play a little something on the organ right now. Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay, come on down.
Joe, that was great. Can we check out the private screening room? So this is Wrigley's private viewing room.
Yes, it is, and still used to this day. Some funny stories behind this room. During Prohibition, alcoholic beverages, naturally, they were not sold here on the island. Not to say, though, that they weren't necessarily consumed here on the island. For example, our very first theater manager here had a fully equipped little wet bar, and he'd entertain guests here. We have a very beautiful projection room. As a matter of fact, we have the very first projector from 1929. Amazingly enough, it still works. We even use it during our Silent Film Festival late every May. What do you say right now that we make our way to the ballroom?
That'd be great.
All right, let's go.
Joe, the ballroom is incredible. What was it like to be here in the 20s?
I'm happy to say not too much different than it is today. Of course, there were some differences. Back in 1929, the ballroom was 15,000 square feet instead of today at 10,000 square feet. Still, though, we are the world's largest circular dance floor. We have some openings along the ballroom, and we used to have gentlemen sit up there during the dances, and they would peek down on the audience to make sure that the ladies and gentlemen were maintaining a proper, appropriate distance from each other. You used to be able to come over here and dance the night away, dance back on the boat, and everything all said and done back then was $1.65. But I'm happy to say we're still a very active ballroom, and the enjoyment and wonder that was here in 1929 still exists to this day.
Joe, thank you so much for showing me around the casino.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go take a peek on the balcony.
Good idea.
In 1 decade, William Wrigley Jr. completed his mission to make Avalon a premier resort community. People came from all over the world to visit the little island off the coast of Los Angeles. And as the boats left the shores of Avalon, the band serenaded them from this very balcony. Avalon transports you to the 1920s because William Wrigley is really the last one to bring modern times to the island. And what's left in beautiful serenity is really an homage to him and the 20s. But why hasn't Catalina been swept up by present day? I think it's something about this island. The way it celebrates the simplicity of nature, how it's deliberately separate from the outside world. timeless island paradise. I think the heart of this island is the escape from time.
26 miles so near yet far. I swim with just some water wings and my guitar. I could leave the wings, but I'll leave the guitar for romance, 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 romance. 26 miles across the sea. Santa Catalina is a-waiting for me. Santa Catalina, the island of romance. A tropical heaven out in the ocean, covered with trees and girls. If I have to swim, I'll do it forever, till I'm gazing on those island pearls. 40 kilometers in a leaky old boat, any old thing that'll stay afloat when we arrive.